Blog Talk Radio.
President recognizes Mr. Adams of Massachusetts.
Objects of the most stupendous magnitude. Measures which will affect the lives of millions, born and unborn, are now before us. We must expect a great expense of blood to obtain them. But we must always remember that a free constitution of civil government cannot be purchased at too dear a rate, as there is nothing on this side of Jerusalem of greater importance to mankind. My worthy colleague from Pennsylvania has spoken with great ingenuity and eloquence. He has given you a grim prognostication of our national future, but where he foresees apocalypse, I see hope. I see a new nation ready to take its place in the world. Not an empire, but a republic. And a republic of laws, not men. Gentlemen, we are in the very midst of revolution. The most complete, unexpected, and remarkable of any in the history of the world. How few of the human race have ever had an opportunity of choosing a system of government for themselves and their children. I am not without apprehensions, gentlemen. But the end we have in sight is more than worth all the means. I believe, sirs, that the hour has come. My judgment approves this measure, and my whole heart is in it. All that I have, all that I am, and all that I hope in this life, I am now ready to stake upon it. While I live, let me have a country. A free country.
All right, Joseph Gibson here, broadcasting live. We'll be live in about 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and I'll take all callers because without you, there is no show. So just give me about 3 minutes and listen to why we don't have a country anymore, folks. Just listen to this, and then I'll take callers after my very short introduction. It's very important that we listen to many people who have spoken before us and understand, who have studied the history. And we're going to get into that tonight, and we're going to call the senator's office live on this radio program because it's 7:03 on the East Coast here where I'm broadcasting, but it's 3 hours before Pacific time, actually. And we're going to call Kamala Harris's office again. So just give me a few minutes here so I can connect some other callers, and then everyone will get a voice on this radio program, as always. They always do. So just be patient for a few more minutes, and while I line up things and get this show underway.
I think at one time or another we've all questioned as to whether all that we see and are experiencing in our world has some sort of a rational plan behind it, because we understand now that both the Republican and the Democratic Party in our country are basically run by the same people. The same money finances both sides. We now know, of course, through the work of many historians who have spent their life working on research to show us that both sides of world conflicts have always been financed by the same people. And as I've said before, there seems to be a method to the madness going on in the world. We know, of course, that we cannot depend on our leaders. Our leaders are misleaders. There is a science that they're following. They have their own agenda, and it doesn't include you. What your government pays for, it gets. If you are paid to do something for the government, they will extract from you exactly what they have paid for. When we understand that, then we look at universities and schools, government-financed institutions of education, and see the kind of students and the kind of education that's being turned out by these government-financed schools. Logic will tell you that if what is being turned out in those schools was not in accord with what the state and the federal government wanted, then it would change it. The bottom line is that the government is getting what they have ordered. They're getting what they have paid for. They do not want your children to be educated. They do not want you to think too much. That is why our country and our world has become so proliferated with entertainments, mass media, game shows, television shows, amusement parks, drugs, alcohol, and every kind of entertainment that keep the human mind entertained, so that you don't get in the way of important people by doing too much thinking. You had better wake up and understand that there are people who are guiding your life and you don't even know it. And all American citizens, I think, have suspected something like this is going on. But we're all too busy trying to stay alive and live our lives. And after all, what can one person do about it? This is the most powerful government the world has ever known. They had the ability to get a hold on Adolf Hitler 50 years ago. He had a standing army, the greatest navy, air force, military, secret underworld organizations operating throughout the world. But this government got a hold on Adolf Hitler because it chose to and it wanted to. And if you do not pay your income taxes, they will find you if you go to the Amazon jungle, and they will make an example of you. They will find you and they will deal with you, and you know it. But for some reason, they're unable to get a handle on drugs and the crime and the...
Okay, everybody, we've covered this many times over this on this program, but I want to call Kamala Harris real quick here, her office there in California here real quick. I got several numbers to call here tonight, and then I'll open up the phone lines to everybody who wants to speak. And this is what we do on Blog Talk Radio, understanding the times in which we live in today, because these people, they are misleaders, all of them. And what you see on your television set, your flat screen TV or your dumb phones that you watch every day, you don't understand. These people have an agenda, and it doesn't include you. It doesn't. And we're going to get into that, the New World Order, tonight. We're going to get into that, but I will take callers. But before it gets too late here, because it's about, it's 7:08 right now on the East Coast, and that's where I'm calling in from. And it's actually 7:09, and it's 3:09. So we'll see if we can get a hold of some of these politicians here tonight. And I'm going to put it to them, folks. So it's up to you to call in tonight and listen in. And if you want to talk to these criminal politicians, then you need to call in and press the number 1, 657-383-0616, understanding the times in which we live in today. And we're going to open this show wide open tonight. We'll call everybody. How's that sound? We'll call anybody you want. You want me to call your police department? You want me to call your local sheriff? You want me to call a local pizza place? I will call them for you, because that's what this show is about. But before I get to callers, I'm going to try contacting Kamala Harris, because I believe Kamala Harris is going to be the VP for Bernie Sanders. I'm predicting this right now. Bernie Sanders will beat Trump in this criminal election that they have, this corporate election, and she'll be the VP, and then she will take control, and you will see the New World Order unfold. Just like what just happened, the big terror attack in, let's see, what was the name of that country, folks? Does anyone remember? Do you know? Where they just banned all semi-automatic weapons. And if you own one, if you don't turn it in, you're a criminal. Another country has fallen to the New World Order. New Zealand, folks. Yeah. And we're going to ask Kamala Harris, what does she think about the Second Amendment? Let's see. Let's write down. Let's call her and see. I've got several phone numbers right now. Let's call live, and then we'll get to live callers, of course, as always. But let's do this. Come on. Let's call these criminals. It's Friday night. They're probably eating an $90 baked potato right now.
Senator Harris's office. Yeah. How can I help you today?
Hey, how are you? How are you doing, sir? I got a question for you. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, thank you. I got a question for you, Kamala Harris. I'm in North Carolina. I'm calling you from North Carolina, actually. And I was just wondering, New Zealand just banned all military type of semi-automatic weapons. And I was just wondering how Kamala Harris, what's her stance on that? I mean, you're answering the phone for her, so obviously you're a constituent of her office. What's her stance on that? I mean, obviously we had a lot of school shootings here in America, and like Newtown, Connecticut, and the Parkland High School students. And do you have an opinion? I mean, what's her stance on the Second Amendment? Can you answer that question for me, if you don't mind, sir?
Sure, yeah. The senator definitely believes in background checks and being more restrictive when it comes to guns to avoid these types of mass shooting situations that have occurred in the country all too often. So that is her position on gun control.
But we already have the laws. We have background checks. So how does she feel about like private sales and gun shows? Is she against that?
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I definitely do believe that she does want to ensure that there are proper restrictions on sales that occur in private, like at gun shows, for example, to ensure that those are documented and that that background checks ultimately do occur for those sales as well, and that guns aren't falling into the wrong hands through that particular venue.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. And what is the wrong hands, though? Like in New Zealand, for instance, after this massacre, which is absolutely, horrifying what had happened over there, with all these innocent people that were murdered, they're banning the sale of and anyone who owns, a military type of assault rifle. I mean, does Kamala Harris support that agenda, what New Zealand is doing? Because it's all over the news, and I was just wondering, if you can give me your opinion or can explain, does she support that? Because I'm in North Carolina, I support Kamala Harris, and I was just wondering what her opinion was on that. Because if we get another mass shooting here in America, where a school is shot up, God forbid, I mean, what would happen to someone, who owns a military style assault rifle or a high capacity magazine? I was just wondering what her stance is on that, because the Second Amendment is very important to me, and I was just wondering what her agenda is on that, if you don't mind me asking, sir.
Well, I do believe that she definitely has applauded the action that the government of New Zealand has taken to attempt to curb that violent episode that occurred in their country not too long ago, and she's sort of condemned the lack of action that the United States has taken, that the fact that over the years we haven't come to any sort of formal long-term solution to the problem of gun violence in this country. So she will continue to fight to make America safer by continuing to advocate for background checks, for restrictions of the sales at gun shows, for example, to ensure that background checks happen there and that guns aren't given out to individuals who shouldn't have them. So
that was my point, sir. Who shouldn't have the guns in America? I mean, obviously the Second Amendment says the right to bear arms shall not be infringed, but I mean, obviously the government needs to intervene. But who shouldn't own these guns? And how do we like decipher between who shouldn't own these guns? I mean, what do we do? A national gun registry, maybe? I mean, that's my question, basically. I mean, because I don't want another school shooting in my country. I mean, so how do we find? How do we find out who these people are? What do we do? A national gun registry, maybe? And that's what I was just wondering, because New Zealand obviously has banned all sales and anyone who owns a military type of assault rifle, a military, with high-capacity magazines. They have to turn them in or they could face prison terms. I mean, does Kamala Harris support that type of, agenda? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the senator definitely understands and agrees to the fact that there are obviously a number of law-abiding citizens of the United States that can respectfully own and operate firearms, and she definitely doesn't want to take away weapons or limit the ability for those law-abiding citizens to purchase and own weapons. But there are obviously people that have proven through their past record that they're potentially, more prone to cause violence with the use of a weapon, and so.
Well, yeah, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you, sir, and I appreciate you taking my phone call here. But how do we identify those people? I mean, what does Kamala Harris have a platform? I mean, should there be a national gun registration? I mean, how do we stop these white supremacists or these people or whatever have you? Or I mean, I'm not trying to go out of line here, but these people that are these nut jobs out there with mental health issue. How do we stop these people, from committing this violence with these assault rifles and these high capacity magazines? Do we just ban all assault rifles? I mean, I'm just wondering what Kamala Harris. I mean, I support her and I love her. I think she, and I'm from North Carolina, and I was just wondering what is her. What her platform, I mean, how would she attack this type of gun violence in America today? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm not sure of the senator's, direct plan. I haven't looked into the details that closely. I'm sure it is available somewhere online. I know she's engaged in numerous interviews and town halls about the issue of gun control that I'm sure you can find if you look around. But I'm not aware of the specific details of her plan to address gun control in regards to what you're asking about, how to identify people who may potentially be more violent and more prone to use firearms for endangering the public at large. So unfortunately, like I said, I don't have those specific details on me as of right now.
No, I understand that, sir. I understand you don't have the specific details, but I mean, wouldn't you deem that, what? Why don't we just ban all assault rifles? I mean, don't you agree with that? I mean, let's just get rid of them. Why should the people be walking around with semi-automatic rifles, fully automatic rifles sometimes, and be able to shoot up schools and hurt our innocent children? I mean, there has to be a way to stop this. Don't you agree?
Well, I'm not able to express my personal opinions on the subject. I'm here to represent the senator and not discuss my personal opinions. But like I said, the senator definitely agrees that something needs to be done to address gun violence in America to stop the mass shootings that are going on. But unfortunately, there is a large volume of constituent calls coming in right now, so I'm going to have to move on to another call. But it's been a pleasure talking to you. And if you
all
have
right,
any more
well,
questions,
thank you.
my future.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I really do, and thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry you couldn't address your personal opinion because I would love to have heard it because I'm a fellow American of yours. But you're out in California. I'm in North Carolina. But I thank you for your time, sir. I really do.
Of course, absolutely. You have a great day now.
All right. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. Bye.
Hey, folks, you heard it first here on blogtalkradio.com/Joseph Gibson. And after all, the senator's got a plan for us. She's got a plan. The federal government has a plan for you. And I talked about New Zealand. They and that was a good idea according to this guy. Hey, we're going to ban all weapons. You know what? The people should be disarmed. Only the government should have arms. Hey, folks, I'm going to tell you something right now before I open up the phone lines. And I'm sad right now because we just heard from Kamala Harris, who is a presidential. We just heard from a representative of Kamala Harris's office in California. A representative. And he couldn't talk anymore because, he had a lot of more calls, which I understand. A lot of people are probably calling into his office. But you know what? He didn't know he was live on Blog Talk Radio, understanding the times in which you live in today. And I didn't get to the question where, what about the Second Amendment? What does shall not be infringed do you not understand? We get rid of the Second Amendment. Wait, let's get rid of the First Amendment. Hey, let's shut down this radio show. I don't have a right to talk here tonight because the government will SWAT team my house and arrest me, and I'm an enemy combatant. Yeah, folks. You just heard, folks, live on this show, Kamala Harris, her office, and I've called them before on this show. I have. And I've got other offices here I can call if you guys want to, but I've got a lot of people on my call screen here, and I want to get to them. But this is your country, folks. This is where you live in America today. And I'm going to tell you something right now. What are you going to do when they disarm you? What are you going to do when they show up at your door and say you need to surrender your fire? Like New Zealand. They had a tragedy. One crazy wacko shot and killed, 29 people? Is it 29 people he killed? Or 49 people, whatever it is? And that means the rest of the country has to give up their individual right to protect themselves because that's what the government tells you to do. No, folks. If you listen to my intro, I want a country. Not an empire, but a republic. A republic. And under a republic, this is now how we operate. And we just heard from a presidential candidate's office on blogtalkradio.com/Joseph Gibson. We just listened to a gentleman tell me what this presidential candidate, which will most likely be a vice president, okay, in 2020, because we all know probably Trump is going to lose because you all pay attention to your fake news and your corporate media. Trump's a racist. Yeah, we got collusion. For 2 years now, collusion. And they're investigating for years and years and years. And I'm sure after he gets out of, he's no longer president. Collusion. But Hillary Clinton, though, she's part of the Illuminati and Freemasons. No. Can't talk about her. Folks, we need to restore the republic. And that's what this show is about. And I just talked to a presidential candidate's office live on this radio program for you. Where are you? Are you calling that office? I want to give you that phone number I called, 916-448-5622. 2787. Call that office and let them know they were just live on a worldwide radio platform. They want to disarm you. They're coming for your guns because you want to know why? What are you going to do? Throw rocks at tanks? What are you going to do when they come and say, you can't talk no more? Because after the Second Amendment is gone, folks, the First Amendment is next. And they're already attacking the First Amendment on college campuses all over the country. But you stupid lemmings and you stupid sheep, like I do on this radio show for you, I expose these corporations like Amazon. I did it on this radio program, expose them. But I'm still buying at Amazon. I need my package yesterday. And I played a few jokes or whatever with Bernie Sanders on this program. But the fact of the matter is, no more papers, no more court cases. We the people are fed up. We're fed up. I don't want to hear Beto O'Rourke raised $9 million. I don't care. You know what? He comes to my community. Get him the hell out. Tell him go back where he came from. Go back to Texas. Get the hell out of North Carolina, Beto O'Rourke. Don't come to North Carolina, you scumbag, because you're a criminal. You and your flopping hands and your, waving around your hands. Yeah, we can kill babies in their last trimester. It's up to a woman to decide if she wants to kill a baby. Yeah, I get more votes. You should be ashamed of yourself, you people out there. You really should. But the phone number to call in tonight is 657-383-0616, and I'm going to open up the phone lines. I'm really disgusted. I really am. This is just absolutely disgusting here. And you just heard Kamala Harris's office talk about, gun control. Yeah, a registry. Nobody needs to register nothing. Nobody needs to know what type of gun I own. My guns should be bigger than your guns because the Second Amendment was to protect us against tyranny. Okay? Read the Federalist Papers, read history, and understand history. The Founding Fathers foresaw what was going to happen in the future. If you read it and then you understand true history, you'll understand what is happening today and understand the times in which you live in today. And I don't want to hear everyone's going to give up their nuclear weapons, the People's Revolution and all that crap. I don't want to hear it. I want to hear solutions. And I want to know what you're doing out there as a people to fight and stand up against this tyranny that we have today. Because you know what? I'm fighting for you. I'm standing up for you on this radio show. I'm going to open up the phone lines. I'm done talking here. I've got other numbers here to call, so hopefully some people here have something positive here to contribute. But we just heard from Kamala Harris, folks. Kamala Harris's office in California. All right? Yeah, because, it's 7:29, so that means it would be 3:28 out there. So I do have some other numbers to call. But I want to open up the phone lines. I do. There's people waiting. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the 317 first. Go ahead, 317. Go ahead.
Hello, Joseph Gibson. This is Ted Gunderson. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Did you hear Kamala Harris, her office, and her representative?
No,
what do you think about that, sir?
Well, I felt sorry for the poor man. The intern was berated by a man who talked in circles and repeated himself endlessly and asked him questions that were not – I felt sorry for the guy.
You did? Why? Why should you feel sorry for the guy, sir? He works for a representative of the state of California.
No, he is an intern that is getting
he's an intern. I don't care what, sir. You can call him an intern. You can call him an employee. You can call him whatever you want. But he works for Senator Kamala Harris, and he's there to answer the phone and address the concerns that we the people have. And that's what I did. I called in as a representative of as we the people, sir.
Are you like this 24 hours a day?
I'm like this 72 hours a day. But go ahead. The floor is yours. I won't interrupt you again. Go ahead.
No, it's not.
Criticize
really
me. Go ahead.
You endlessly plow over me. You started at 7 o'clock Eastern and said, I'm going to play for 3 minutes. I'm going to play. For 3 minutes, I'm going to play this. Here's something that I'm going to play. This is 3 minutes. And when this is over, I'm going to open the phones. 3 minutes from now, the phones will be open because I'm going to play this. And in 3 minutes, that's how you talk. Then you played a 3-minute clip, which I didn't understand the point for. And then 28 minutes later, you open the phones. And in the middle, circular, rambling, constantly repeating yourself. You told the poor guy 18 times that you're from North Carolina.
No, 13 times I did. 13. I counted. I marked it down 13 times. So you're wrong.
I apologize.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
so go ahead. Make your point. If I told him 30 times, what difference does it make that I'm from North Carolina? What difference does it make?
Concise.
He didn't answer any of my questions. Did he?
He did too. Yes.
Oh, he did too?
First
he
of all,
did too?
You're acting, Mr. Expose here. You're acting like you broke open the Watergate scandal. Okay? You called an intern at a senator's
How
office.
do you know he's an intern? He's a representative of Kamala Harris's office who is running for president of the United States, sir.
Has she declared?
So why shouldn't I, as a person... No, sir. I want to interject here. Okay, let me interject. Kamala Harris is running for president of your corporation that enslaves you every day. Why shouldn't I be allowed to ask her any questions? But instead she has an intern like you called him to answer her phones, so therefore he must be qualified to answer the questions that I asked. And he did answer them. He did. I'll give him credit. And you know what? I was questioning him about the Second Amendment. So therefore, continue on, sir. Go ahead.
Well, you're shouting at me. I don't really understand that. You want Beto, or first of all, I don't care for Beto O'Rourke either. But you apparently want his rights to be suspended. You don't believe he should be able to speak. You don't think he should be able to enter the state of North Carolina. His right to travel freely among the 50 states should be suspended. I don't understand that.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? He could travel anywhere he wants if he's a United States citizen. What are you talking about? What do you mean? I don't think he should enter the state of North Carolina. Okay. Where did I say that? When did I ever say that?
Earlier in the program, during your 25-minute opening monologue and berating of the Californians, you said, Beto O'Rourke, do not come to my state. If you do, I will hound you and throw you out. You wanted his freedom of speech to be suspended.
Well, you know what? Each state has its individual sovereignty, okay, in the real republic. And you know what? We don't care about Beto O'Rourke's opinion about abortion, okay? Abortion is murder, okay? And he's flopping his hands around, and the corporate media and they pay attention to him. That's why he's so popular right now. But if I tried to call him, he sure as hell wouldn't come on this program, because you know what? I'd tear the hell out of him. I'd rip him down shred for shred, you know?
Do you have any idea how many times the phone calls or how many times the phone rings in any senator's office? And you seem stunned and mortified personally is not at that office answering the phone. Joseph Gibson,
you know what? Well, why isn't
he
at that office? Shouldn't he be at that office representing the views of the people? Why isn't he answering the questions of the people? Why not? Instead, he's on Fox fake news. He's on CNN fake news, flapping his arms around.
Are they in Washington?
You're bringing up Beto O'Rourke. Beto O'Rourke is a clown.
You brought it up.
Okay?
No,
you brought Beto O'Rourke up, sir. I didn't. I brought up Kamala Harris. I brought up Kamala Harris tonight on this radio program.
Beto O'Rourke. I'm mentioning Beto O'Rourke because you mentioned him. it was not my intention to bring him up. I was replying to something that you had said. You apparently also have short-term memory loss.
Yeah, well, maybe I do. But the fact of the matter is that I have great long-term memory. And long-term memory is these politicians don't care about you, sir. They don't care about you at all. Okay? And
it's
this
not
corporation doesn't care about
to sit
you.
at the office and take your phone call. It's not
Why
possible.
Why not? Tell me something,
Are
sir.
they in Washington, D.C.?
Let me ask you a question. Washington, D.C.? Let me ask you a question. If I'm a congressman in the state of North Carolina in my district in Rockingham County, what the hell am I doing in Texas? What the hell am I doing in Texas or California? You know, I should be representing the view. Look, sir, you don't understand. Okay, this is a corporation. They don't care about you, these criminal politicians. They don't care. They don't give a damn about you. It's all a joke and it's a big game. And we need to restore the republic. And that's the platform of this show. And that's what I was trying to prove here tonight. And these politicians are supposedly supposed to support, and they swear an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America, okay? And the United States of America Constitution, it says what? No, sir, I'm going to let you talk. Let me finish first. What does the and I brought up the Second Amendment. What does the right to bear arms shall not be infringed mean to you, sir? What should we do? So you don't think the American people have a right to bear arms? I mean, that was the main topic here in the beginning.
I believe people should be able to. We're on the same side here, Joe. But for some reason, precedent has been established that there can be restrictions. That people
No.
There
can no. The Constitution does not give any again, sir. What does shall not be infringed? Shall I read the whole Second Amendment to you?
I did not
Shall I read it to you?
No,
no. There should be no regulation whatsoever by the federal government. The right of the people, by the people, for the people. Okay? And we can go back to the Bill of Rights if you want me to read that to you. There should be no regulation on the Second Amendment whatsoever.
Joe,
Every individual has a right to bear arms, sir.
Oh my God!
And it's not against, it's not about 30 bullets shooting a deer. Yeah, holy Moses. It's not about 30 bullets shooting a deer. You know what it's about, sir? It's about the government.
You're over me.
But you're not making any sense, sir.
I'm not making sense.
No, you're not making any sense whatsoever. What does shall not be infringed mean, sir? The Second Amendment of the United States Constitution. Shall I read it to you?
No, you already have
the right to bear arms.
Necessary. Yes, it shall not be infringed. Yes, I understand.
Okay.
That. And
So you just did. All right, sir. You just admitted it shall not be infringed. But then 3 minutes ago or 2 minutes ago, you just said, well, the government has a right to regulate and tell you how you can own arms.
I didn't.
The government does not.
I agreed with that. I didn't say that I agreed with that. However, it does exist. They have invented these precedents by which they have created these restrictions. Okay? I didn't say I agreed with that. You're hollering at me like I personally made it difficult for you to own firearms. I think you should own as many as you want. Quit yelling at me about the gun laws in this country. Call up and yell at
Sir. Let me ask you a question. Okay, all right, sir. I want to read to you the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution, and you tell me your interpretation, your individual interpretation.
You're doing it again.
No, I'm not doing anything again. I'm reading you a fact, sir, the fact. The Second Amendment of the United States Constitution reads as a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay? Infringed. Now, shall we analyze every single word of that amendment, sir? What does infringed mean?
But you're going to. I'm on your side, you dummy.
Well, then act like you're on my side. I'm not a dummy, sir. I'm just telling you. I'm just explaining
like
to you
one.
that I just spoke to
Kamala
like Harris.
A hearing loss?
Sir,
act like a man
I just called Kamala Harris's presidential office. Okay,
no,
in California,
senatorial. Yes, I heard.
All right. Well, I don't care. I have senator office, whatever the hell you want to call it, but she's not there because she's buying a $90 baked potato right now through you and your slavery. Okay, because you work for. I'm sure you work for a living to provide for your family. Okay. All right, because these corporate.
I do have a job. Thanks for asking.
Well, I'm glad you have a job. That's great. You know, and you're a slave to the Federal Reserve, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, and that's the platform of this show, Restore the Republic. And in order to restore the Republic, we must abide by the Constitution of the United States of America.
Don't physically threaten me like you did last time I called. You told me to meet you at Gold's Gym.
All right, sir. Sir. I never said for you to meet me. I said if you wanted to meet me, you can meet me at Gold's Gym. Okay? That's what I said. Okay? So I'm not threatening you. I'm not threatening you in any way, type, or form, or whatever. But if you want to sue me, go right ahead. You'll get nothing. Okay? Because I have nothing.
Why would I sue you?
Because I'm a member of the Republic.
What? Okay, so am I. Don't sue me. Whatever you do, Joe, don't sue me.
All right. I've got to. Hey, I want to leave you on the phone line. I'll leave you on. I've got a number of other callers here on the phone line here, but I really wanted to call. But hang on, sir. I really wanted to call before it got too late. Kamala Harris's San Francisco office and get their opinion on the Second Amendment. I really did. So. Before I get to other callers here, I got a private caller on the line, and I got 506, and I see you, but you know, because everyone says you call these people too late. Well, I don't want to, you know, and I'm just all right. Be calm, please. All right. Well,
harassing California.
I'll call whoever you want. How's that sound? I'll call whoever you want. But hang on, let's try. All right. Just be calm here. I just wanted to, you know, this is what I do on this radio program. I call people live, and this is called ambush journalism, actually, according to the New World Order. So, but that's fine. And this is a radio show, and this is an internet radio podcast show, and you've called in before. So hang on. Let's try calling another office of Kamala Harris. Let's see if someone answers. Hang on. Well, hang on. Just be patient. Probably too late. They're probably out doing a...
Thank you for calling the LA office of Senator Harris. How can I help you?
Hey, how you doing? I was just... I'm calling from North Carolina, actually. I was wondering when Kamala Harris comes to North Carolina. I'm a supporter. I live in Greensboro, North Carolina, actually. This New Zealand law on gun control, I'm very concerned about gun control. What's Kamala Harris's stand on gun control? I mean, obviously the Newtown shooting concerns me. I was very upset about that. And the Parkland, Florida shooting. What's her stand on that, if you don't mind me asking, sir?
Yeah, she supports increased gun safety legislation.
Okay, and what? So, for instance, like these people out there who own these assault rifles, I mean, would they have to give them up, or I mean, you said gun control legislation. Can you just define that a little bit?
Yeah, so basically taking like military-grade weapons off of the streets. That is a good first step, and increased background checks and waiting times, things of that nature.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with your office 100%.
Yeah.
So I don't, but just hypothetically, say if my next door neighbor in North Carolina owned an assault rifle, what would he have to give that? I mean, if she was to propose some sort of legislation as president when she's elected or as vice president, I think she'll be elected president. Actually, I believe that. How would she go about like doing this? You know, I mean, how can she like get my neighbor from not owning an assault rifle? You know, because I was just wondering that, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on any of the specifics of legislation, and unfortunately, I can't talk about anything regarding the campaign or potential things of that nature. But until there would be like a specific piece of legislation out, I couldn't really give any specifics just because it's not out yet, you know. And I don't want to give any.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but basically, Kamala Harris would like support like in the 1990s an assault weapons ban, correct? I mean, just trying to get rid of these weapons on the street, correct? I mean,
it would really have to depend on a specific piece of legislation. You know, I don't speak on behalf of her. So generally, yeah.
No. Okay. Is there anyone? I was just wondering because I'm concerned about this because you know what happened in New Zealand with that horrific. The Prime Minister came out in New Zealand and just banned assault rifles. Everyone has to give them up by April so-and-so, I think it was April 11th, she said, and if they own them and they refuse to give them in, they could actually go to prison. So would that be something Kamala Harris would support?
Again, I'm not sure. It would depend. It'd have to be in front of her, and she'd have to release a statement because I can't speak speculatively, unfortunately, but I mean, I can refer you to all of her social media and our website to look on any specific details on her legislation.
Yeah, that would actually. Thanks for asking for that. Can you give me like a website or something where I can like refer to look up her points on gun reform and guns in America and how she would attack gun violence and stuff like that? Can you give me that type of information?
Yeah, I mean, I know you can always check our website for press releases, and our website is harris.senate.gov.
Okay, I'm writing that down as we speak, actually.
Yeah, and then she tweets about it. You can look on Facebook. You can go on YouTube, look at clips during town halls she's done where she's spoken about gun control and gun violence.
So basically. Yeah, so I've done that already, and I support Kamala Harris. I really do. So she's willing to stand up against the NRA, basically, because you know the NRA. So she is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great news. All right. Well, thank you. Hey, at least she's standing up against the NRA. I mean, that's very informative. I appreciate that. I really appreciate your time. And is she planning on coming to North Carolina anytime soon? Because I really want to go to one of her town halls or rallies.
Yeah, I can't. You'd have to kind of do your own due diligence on that. I can't speak about anything regarding her campaign or campaign schedule, just because there's ethics rules that divide the Senate. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir, for your time. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself, sir.
You too. Bye.
All right. Take care. All right, folks. You heard it first here on Blog Talk Radio. Kamala Harris will stand up against the NRA. She doesn't believe in the NRA, and hey, folks, I support the NRA. But you know what? We're going to forward this link to every corporate news media outlet out there, and I bet they won't report on it. I bet they won't. You know what? Because when you go on Fox News, like I was watching today, and I do that, because I do a radio show here, for everyone to hear and listen to, and they get 20 seconds to talk, and then, oh, I got to go to commercial. Okay, goodbye. Okay, I got to go to commercial. Thank you for being on Fox News. Thank you for being on CNN. But we're the real news media, folks. We're the real news media, the alternative news media. But you heard it here on Blog Talk Radio, Understanding the Times in which you live in today. Kamala Harris is against the NRA. And I'm going to forward this show, I'm going to forward the link to this show to the NRA because I support the NRA, the National Rifle Association, because the NRA is a part of our country's history, and they support the gun rights of all of you out there to stand up against tyranny. I'm glad you agree, sir. I do.
Amen.
I'm glad you agree. But I've got other callers on the phone line here tonight. And folks, you want to tune if you want to have a voice here on Blog Talk Radio, you can if you dare. Are you scared? Social media trolls? Are you scared? Twitter? Are you scared? I posted the show on my Twitter feed. 657-383-0616. Do you want to speak?
Amen.
And talk about the issues here we're talking about? So I want to get to my first caller here. My second caller. I apologize. I'm sorry, 317, but I didn't mute you. I didn't hang up on you. You deserve a voice on this radio platform. I want to get to my first private caller, and then 506 is next. How's that?
God bless.
Okay. All right, hang on. Private caller. Go ahead, private caller.
Well, thank you for bringing me back on. I am calling you back from Senator Kamala Harris's office. I wanted to let you know that you misspoke on some things that you and I talked about. You're trying to put words in my mouth, and that is not what I said. Please, sir, do not lie. I clearly told you I was an intern at the beginning of our conversation. And one other thing I want to let you know is that Bridget Pruitt is one hot piece of ass.
All right. You're not calling from Kamala Harris' office. All right. There we go. All right. Well, folks, that's what you get with live radio. That's what you get, folks. You get crank callers, and that's what happens. But that's and this is what I get for allowing people to call in unscreened and uncensored. But I'm willing to give everyone a chance here, and give them an opportunity here. And he stated, actually, that's misrepresentation, sir. You said you were calling in from Kamala Harris's office. Shame on you. That could be a crime. Be careful. I'd be careful if I were you. This show is archived. And I'm sending this link to Kamala Harris and the NRA. So I'd be careful what you say, folks. So
FBI,
506.
FCC.
Yeah, and the FCC doesn't regulate alternative radio. Thank God, because the FCC with their rules. With the FCC and their rules, it would take me 20 years to get a radio show. But anyway, 506. Go ahead, 506. You're live on Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, Joey.
Yep. Hello.
How are you, my son?
I'm doing just fine.
You had an interesting show. I wanted to
let you
know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
I don't know why you are lying to these people, though, telling them you are for gun control and then against gun control. You remind me of one of my apprentices named Kenny, who would lie about everything from 1 second to the next, my son.
Okay, all right. Did you have anything interesting to add about the Second Amendment and me calling Kamala Harris here tonight, or do you just want to say hello for 10 seconds? What do you want to do here tonight, sir?
Canadians don't even have guns.
For you. In Canada, we do not allow guns. But what I did want to tell you, Joey Gibson, is that when you ask a question, you should let a person answer it. It is rude for you to answer your own questions and ramble and ramble. It is also rude for you to lie and say you will be taking calls in 2 to 3 minutes, and half an hour later, you're still talking just to hear yourself speak, my son.
Yeah, well, I didn't hear myself speak. Actually, I called Kamala Harris tonight on this radio program, sir. And I know you were listening. I called her office, and an intern, I guess that's what they call it, an intern who answers calls for Kamala Harris, tried to answer my questions the best they could, and they actually made some political innuendos that would be very interesting to your fake news that all of you listen to, and that's why it's very important for me to do this radio program live.
My news from you, Joey. Are you fake news?
Am I fake news? No, I'm the real news, sir. I'm the real news.
Well,
I'm the real news.
I listen to fake news, and I only listen to you.
No, I pay attention to. No, I've said it several times. No, sir. I pay attention to the fake news so I can tell the truth here on this radio program. Okay.
Joey, my son, let me speak. You have spoken a lot. You said you were going to give the website to Kamala Harris's office, to every media outlet. What makes you think they don't have it already? And this whole, you heard it here first, that is a lie. You know,
well, no, it's not a lie, actually. No, it's not actually a lie. Kamala Harris stands against the NRA, and I don't see that on her website, so it's not a lie. She's against the NRA, and the NRA has been around a lot longer than Kamala Harris was actually alive, sir. So,
amen. For no reason, my son. Did you hear what I said? It was very.
I did hear what you said. I did hear what you say, sir. I did.
You were talking over him rudely because you are rude, my son. Have a father.
I'm rude. That's fine. That's fine. But I'll tell you what. You know what? I did have a bunch of phone numbers here to call for Kamala Harris, and we heard two different interns speak here tonight. Hang on, sir. I want to call the third number here that I have for Kamala Harris's office, and ask them the same questions that I asked about New Zealand and what her gun control platform is, sir. That's what I want to do here live on this radio program. Yeah, I know, sir. You want to criticize me and make fun of me? That's okay. But hang on, I'm calling Kamala Harris's office right now live. And if you want to say hello for 10 seconds, I'm sure they'll hang up on you. But if you want to be silent for a few minutes, I'll leave you on the line, okay? Here we go.
Yourself. Mute.
Senator Harris's office, how can I help you?
Hey, how you doing? I was just I'm calling from North Carolina, and I'm a supporter of Kamala Harris. I was just wondering what her opinion is on the Prime Minister of New Zealand there banning all assault-type weapons and high-capacity magazines, and that if anyone owns them, they must turn them in or could face prison time. Is that something that maybe we could see in America in the future?
So I actually don't, the senator doesn't have any comments regarding this specific situation, but she is very pro-gun control. And in fact, one second. I just want to get her definite words.
Okay.
She has supported and co-sponsored bills to ban assault weapons and to ban bump stocks and various other like background check bills and Equal Justice for Victims of Gun Violence Act. Yeah. So I don't have any specific comments on that situation, but she is very pro gun control.
So therefore, if she was elected president, I mean, I'm in North Carolina and I support Kamala Harris, and I was just wondering when she does come to North Carolina, and I'm sure she's probably going to be elected president or VP with the support she has out there, especially here in North Carolina and my community. I was just wondering, I mean, if someone like, say, for instance, I don't, but if, like, my next-door neighbor owns an assault weapon or a military-style weapon, and she's pro-gun control, like you just said, how will that be implemented by any chance? Will they have to give up their weapons and face jail time or be fined? I mean, what would happen? Would there be door-to-door confiscation?
So I first of all, do not know what her implemented policy would be, and second of all, I unfortunately can't take calls regarding the campaign or her campaign platforms because of the separation of the Senate office and the campaign. I can tell you that her Senate record is very pro-gun control in whatever context that means, but I don't know her proposed policies, and I can't talk about the campaign.
No, I'm not asking you to talk about the campaign, but you said she's pro-gun control. So, I mean, just what a gun control, it's self-explanatory. What does gun control mean?
I mean, sir, I'm not sure what her exact platforms are / would be. She's, like I said, she supported various bills regarding gun control, both to ban assault weapons, to ban bump stocks, to increase background checks, but those are all very generalized. So I honestly can't tell you what that process would look like.
Okay, all right. So, but she's for So basically, she's for banning assault weapons. So if she was elected president,
yeah, she did support. She co-sponsored a bill to do that.
What was the name of that bill? Do you have the name of that bill by any chance?
It was Senator Feinstein's bill. I don't have the name, but it's Senator Feinstein's bill to ban assault weapons, co-sponsored by Senator Harris and probably various other senators.
Yeah, and we know that they did have an assault weapons ban in 1994, and through crime statistics that it really had no effect on gun violence. So do you have any comment on that by any chance?
I do not. Again, you're getting a little too policy heavy for what I can say on behalf of the senator.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate you being honest. Is there any website or something that I could look at to where she has specifics?
So you can go
on her policy.
Yeah, her website has her voting record, her legislative record, and various other like generalized stances on policy. And that website is harris.senate.gov.
harris.senator.gov.
.senate.gov.
.senate.gov. All right. Well, I thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Have a good day. Bye.
All right. Okay. Obviously, nobody can talk about Senator. She's running for president, but she has people answering the phone, and all they could do is just tell me to go to a website. Kind of sounds like Amazon or Google or AOL, and that's your corporate. That's your corporation, folks. And here we go. We had Kamala Harris here, her office, live on Blog Talk Radio, but her representatives and her interns did say that she is a proponent of banning any type of military-style assault weapon and is pro-opponent of assault weapons ban. So therefore, if you have a semi-automatic rifle or a semi-automatic pistol, because, there's no such thing as an assault rifle. I didn't get into that because she wouldn't know what I was talking about, the intern, obviously. I mean, I just got out of college yesterday. Yahoo! But there's no such thing as an assault rifle, okay? And there's no such thing as a military-styled assault rifle, okay? Because gun stores in America don't sell those. You have to have a Class 3 license to actually purchase a military-styled rifle, and you have to go through so many background checks and jump through so many hoops to get that type of license. We already have the laws in place, but Kamala Harris wants to take away your guns, folks. Kamala Harris wants to make sure that if you have any type of semi-automatic rifle, and that's what the intern said through 3 phone calls tonight, said she's pro-ban assault rifles, and assault rifles could mean anything, and semi-automatic pistols and rifles. So therefore, you'll have a musket to defend against the government, okay? And they'll come and take those from you too. They will, all right? So, but I'm going to tell you right now, I can call a local sheriff's department live on this radio program and ask them if they will enforce any type of law, and I will tell you right now what they will already say. No, we will not. We will not enforce that, okay? They will not enforce any type of infringement on the Second Amendment of the United States of the Constitution of America, and that's a fact.
Amen.
Yeah, that's right, amen. That's right. And, folks, you want to call in here tonight? I'm opening up the phone lines here. I'm done calling people here. Actually, I did want to call one other place here that bans Trump supporters, actually. But if anyone else wants to call in, you can press the number 1, and I'll get you live on the radio program. Press the number 1, 657-383-0616. Remember, the show is all about you. And, you know, we're talking about a lot about, you know, your right to bear arms, the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution, and we exposed it here. And the link to this show is going to be forwarded to the NRA and to many pro-Second Amendment people. So whatever you say, you better make sure you know what you're talking about, because you're going to be live heard. But let's see here. I've got a. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, 317. Go ahead. You were first, actually, and so go ahead. I'll let you speak.
I got nothing else to say other than the fact that these fresh out of college intern airheads are empty suits, and they're giving you no answers, Joey. Go get them.
Well, I agree with you 100%. They're empty, and isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame? When you call your elected representative, you know, and people say, well, it's 8:00 on the East Coast. No, but well, it's 5:00 now, so I understand they got to go home. But when I started this show, it was 7:00 my time, and it was 3 hours beforehand. So that would bring me to 4 p.m. So they were still in the office in California, and we did get them live on this radio program. Kamala Harris's office. Kamala Harris believes that she's pro-gun control. Pro-gun control, and that means you should not, and you know what? That means if you own an AK-47 or an M1 or AR-15, you need to give them up, turn them in, or you will be arrested, because basically that's what New Zealand's doing. And we heard what the intern said when I first called. Kamala Harris supports what New Zealand's doing, and she co-sponsors a bill. And we know what Dianne Feinstein believes. Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in. Turn them all in.
Yep.
Because you want to know why, folks?
Yep.
Your government owns you. And you're going to do what they say, or they'll SWAT team your house, and they'll kill you. They'll kill your dog. They'll kill your cat. They'll kill your children. And they got the Federal Reserve bankers to enforce it. And that's what I'm trying to wake people up to. You know what? Let's restore the Republic of the United States. Get back to the Republic, the real Republic. But if anyone else has something they want to contribute here, they want to talk about anything, the phone number is 657-383-0616. You can call in. I don't want to ramble on for everybody here. I don't know if MandelaCon's on here tonight. Let's see here. Let me check what's going on with MandelaCon here. Let's see here. Usually he calls in. He's usually right on cue. Let me see here. Usually he's got a lot to say. Let's see here. MandelaCon, where are you? Oh, I logged off. I'm sorry. I logged off there. Let's see here. Usually he has a lot to say. Maybe I muted him by accident. I don't know. I'm trying to find him. If not, let's see here. Let me go. I'm checking on the internet here real quick here. All right. Usually MandelaCon has a lot to say about the People's Revolution. And you know what I want to do here? I'll tell you what. If I don't get MandelaCon on here, I'm going to bring on Dr. Peter Ventura. I'm going to call Dr. Peter Ventura and let's see here. Oh, well, there's MandelaCon on Facebook. Where are you, MandelaCon? Are you calling in? Where the hell are you? If not, I'm going to get Peter Ventura in on here. Let's see here. Let me type him a message. All right. And, we got many followers here on Facebook, but they're cowards. They won't call in. They just listen in. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. MandelaCon. Let's see if I got you. MandelaCon. All right. Well, I don't see MandelaCon anywhere tonight. That's fine. That's okay. I don't see my usual supporters. I usually do a show on Thursday anyway. But I want to bring on Dr. Peter Ventura, and we could talk about Israel and really piss some people off. Let's see. Let me call Dr. Peter Ventura and see if he's available here tonight. And he just earned his second PhD in philosophy. And let's bring on Dr. Peter Ventura here. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get him on the program. Let's call him and see if he's available. He may not answer. I didn't have a schedule here, so we'll see.
Go get him, Joey.
Yep, hang on. I'm trying to get Dr. Hello? Hello? All right, he hung up on me. Okay, he must be busy, I guess. I don't know. Well, I didn't let him know I was calling. So, anyone else want to talk about the criminal corporations here tonight? The criminal corporations, Amazon or whatnot. Let's see. I'm going down the call screen. We had Kamala Harris here on the radio program in her office. Hang on, I'm checking the chat room here. And then, let's see here. Let me try back Dr. Peter Ventura real quick. And then,
sounds like you
I don't have any. Well, actually, I do have another number here I want to call here and put him on the spot here tonight. So I do.
Call the White House.
The numbers. Call the White House. I've called the White House many. I've called the White House. Let's see if Dr. Peter Ventura will respond. Let's see.
Call Mike Pence. Cold calling is difficult to get a hold of people like this.
Well, I like to put them on the spot. That's what we do on the media here, Blog Talk Radio.
Hello?
Hey, Dr. Peter Ventura, Joseph Gibson. I was just wondering if I could take about 10 minutes of your time on the radio program here tonight. A lot of news about Palestine and Israel. The two-state solution. What does the Bible tell us about the two-state solution? And if you can, all these people out there calling Jesus Satan and everything, and questions about the New World Order. I don't want to put it all on you, but I gotta be honest with
you, Joe. I'm traveling and I can barely hear you.
All right, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, I can barely hear you.
What about Israel and the two-state? What about Israel and the two-state solution?
Palestine and a two-state solution or something. That's all I heard.
Yeah. What's your answer about that, according biblically, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, if that's Israel wants to allow that, and it keeps the peace over there, as long as it's not taking Israeli property. There was never a country called Palestine. It was a territory. There were 25 kings ruled over it. And then Arafat came along and, with the PLO, Arafat wasn't even a Palestinian. He was an Egyptian. His wife was a Roman Catholic. And so there was never really a country called Palestine. It was a land, and it was ruled by 25 kings, and it was conquered by Israel to start with. That's why they just gave they're looking at pieces of Syria that were taken in the war and say, well, it belongs to them anyway.
Amen to that. So what's the end-time solution? I mean, a lot of people are interested in the end-time solution. What's going to happen with Israel in the end times? Can you explain that biblically for my listeners?
Looking at a prophecy of the Bible, it says that all nations come against the nation of Israel. That's the prophetic statement, is that all nations come against Israel. And during the tribulation, at the end of the tribulation, if you read Revelations chapter 11, that's where you can understand that. And in the book of Daniel, is Daniel's 70th week prophecy. And that's what happens. They come against the nation of Israel, and then God intervenes himself. Prior to that, the Red Army comes from the north. When that Red Army comes from the north, then God miraculously intervenes, but the Antichrist says that he did it, and he takes credit for it. And so
and this is all foretold in the King James Bible, not the NIV, not the Living Translation, and all these other interpretations.
Well, I'm sure you can find bits and pieces of it in all these Bibles. There's always there wouldn't be any counterfeits if there wasn't a real thing. The only one who wants to destroy the Word of God is Satan. So, yeah, there's counterfeits out there, NIV, RSV, CEV, and all the other V's. But I think that that's the prophetic outcome. And so what you also find out, people say, well, God's favoring Israel. God's favoring Israel. Well, Israel was originally chosen. They were the smallest of all people, and they were chosen by God. And God chose them to bring the gospel message, the message of the Messiah, to the rest of the world. And they failed to do that. That's what they were supposed to do. And so people say, well, God's still favoring them. Yeah, well, God has a remnant of Israel, and that remnant will serve the purpose of the Lord in the millennium reign on earth. However, there is also double punishment. Scriptures tell us that Israel gets punished twice as hard as the rest of the world. And everybody says, well, why does the Bible say that Israel gets twice the punishment? Well, Israel gets twice the punishment because, number one, God doesn't want people to say that he favored Israel above all people, because he hasn't. He's held them to a standard, and the standard was really stricter than most people. And then he not only held them to a stricter standard, but they had the information, and they failed to, do what was right. And so that's what happened to Israel.
Dr. Peter Ventura, congratulations on your second PhD, actually. I did that a couple shows ago. Tell us what church you preach from and the foundation of your church, and how people can learn about your church, please.
Well, we're in the most southwest city of California. We're in Imperial Beach. We're down along the border and the insanity down here. And, I saw an ad today. They don't call it California. They call it Mexicali now. And so, but we're down in the most southwest corner of California. And we're Bible Believers Baptist Church of Imperial Beach, California. And we're a sound doctrine, Bible believing, old path preaching. You won't find contemporaries and no funny stuff going on. We're not dancing with snakes. And we adhere to the Baptist distinctives, and everybody's welcome to come on down. Come on down and get some real preaching. Hear the Word of God unadulterated. We're not, we preach it as it is. We name sin for sin, and we believe the men in the church ought to grow up as men, and we preach masculinity for men, and we preach and believe in what the Bible says. So we're not speaking in tongues. We're not dancing. We're not doing all the stuff that you hear going on in some of these southern churches and places and Baptist churches. We honor our military. My wife's a 20-year Navy veteran. I'm a Navy veteran. And we honor our military, and they're welcome here too.
Well, amen, Dr. Peter Ventura. I didn't mean to call you on the spot here. I had that question, and tonight on this radio program, actually, if you go back in the archive and listen to it, if you have time, we called Kamala Harris from California, and 3 times from her San Diego office, her San Francisco office, and another office she had, and we talked about gun control and the socialistic values that the Democratic Party is portraying here in America. And we've always talked privately about how America will be destroyed from within, and we're seeing that right now, you know. And where is America foretold in the Bible? Is America foretold in the Bible at all? I mean, is it one of the kingdoms as foretold?
Well, it's really
in
lumped in with all the nations that come against Israel. You know, it's the English-speaking people. You know, when you study what happened in England, and then you look at their standard, it had wings, and then you find the lion without the wings, and that would probably represent the United States, because we're the only nation that's, you know, will destroy a whole country in war and then go back and repair it for them. You know what I mean? We were a nation that chose God. God didn't choose us. We chose God. And we're abandoning those beliefs. In New York State, you can kill a child outside of the mother's womb. That's murder. That's not abortion. We've got problems in this country, and the people in this country better start praying before God really exacts something from the people here.
And that's why we're seeing the floods and the tornadoes happen, and this is all foretold in the Bible, correct?
On the gun.
Well, we're seeing the destruction of America, the floods, the earthquakes, the everything that's happening, and people say, well, no, they didn't report it until now, and stuff like that, but we're seeing it happen in America. America is being destroyed from within and outside because of our disbelief of our foundations, correct?
Our sin is destroying the country from within. Just like England gave up the King James Bible and turned to perversion Bibles in 1901, and look what happened to them, right down the tubes. And so America is following suit. It's on its way down. And, you know, God gave them a message out here in Nebraska. Did you see the nuclear plant? The nuclear military base is underwater. That's God letting you know the military isn't going to save you. God's going to save you. Amen, brother?
That's right. Oh, amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. All right, you're traveling, Dr. Peter Ventura, and I thank you for, I'm sorry I had to put you on the spot. I just wanted to call you and, you know,
no, it's
talk
okay.
about
It's always
this.
an honor
I
to come on the program.
Yeah.
Yep. Always an honor to come on the program, brother, and always glad to help you any way I can. And God bless your listeners. We get you all in our prayers. And you have a great night.
All right, thank
Thanks
you.
for what
Dr. Peter Ventura from Imperial Beach, San Diego, California, Bible Believers Church, and he told you how you can find his church. And thank you, Dr. Peter Ventura. I'll call you later after the program. We could talk. But you're right. The only answer is, you know, looking at the Bible, the King James Bible. You know, and people say, "Oh, men wrote that. Men wrote that." You know. What God do you believe in? All right, I lost Dr. Peter Ventura. He's traveling, but I had him on the program here, and God bless him. And you know what? That's the problem with you know, our country here today. We've lost our foundations. We've gone away from what we really believe in, and the republic. You know, restore our republic, restore it, and you know, and we see that today. And I showed you an example of that on this radio program. You know, and we can talk about the People's Revolution, the Ethiopian Empire. Mandela Khan is not on the program here tonight to defend that, but you know, the Ethiopian Empire and Dr. Peter Ventura has disproved Mandela Khan many times, but you know, I leave it up to you, you the people.
How could he disprove the matriarch?
Well, Dr. Peter Ventura has disproved it many times through the Word of God. the
Okay.
seventh
I'll check
translation,
the archive.
King James Bible. I think Dr. Peter Ventura said a lot here tonight, and what he had to say when I put him on the spot here. But but I have other people I'd like to put on the spot on the radio program here, and even small businesses in my community. And callers, if you want to call in, this is what I do. I'll call anybody you want. Give me a phone number to call. I'll call them. I'll call them for you. And what I want to do is I want to call a local small business and ask them why they kick out Trump supporters out of their business. I want to ask them that. So let's call a small business here, and
Joey,
let's see here. Let's put them on the spot.
Joey,
hey, look,
isn't this harassment?
It's not harassment unless I call them over 3 times under law. I looked up the law actually. So yep. So I called them up to 3 times actually. Until they pass their new law about robocallings. But I'm not a robocaller. I'm the media. I am
You're
the
real.
media. I
Not
am
corporate.
for real. I'm not corporate. So let's call a small business in my community and ask them why they banned Trump supporters. Let's do that. Come on. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get. Come on. Maybe I dialed the number wrong here.
Why don't you call the Klan?
I tried that. They wouldn't answer.
Racist.
Oh, here we go. We're calling them. Okay, hang on.
This is not harassment.
No, it's not.
Amen.
Hello? Oh, they hung up on me by accident. Maybe they got my number already. I don't know. Let's try one more time.
On purpose.
Yeah, maybe.
Coward.
Let's see. Hang on. Let's call them because I'm going to tell you right now. I live in Rockingham County, and this business actually refuses to serve anyone who is a Trump supporter. That's very interesting, don't you think? Let's try
Isn't that
calling
their
them.
freedom?
That's what we're going to.
I mean, they're going to end up.
That's what we're going to find out.
You're turning off half your business if you do that. That's kind of stupid.
That is. We'll see if they answer the telephone here. We'll see. Oh, well.
Seems like economic laws will make them stop.
All right, here we go. All right, guys. Everybody. See if we can get them
That
live
means me.
online. Hello? All right, let's cancel that call. Someone must have alerted them to my phone call here tonight.
Definitely.
They may have alerted me.
chicken.
Hang on. I'm going to look their number up right now. Let's see here. Because this is a business here that bans Trump supporters and tells them they're no longer welcome in their restaurant. And I want to ask the owner. Maybe the owner is there. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. The name of the business, folks, is Luigi's Pizza. All right. Hang on here. Let's see here. All right. There's their phone number. All right. Let's see here. Let's try it. Let's try them again one more time. All right. Let's try them one more time here. All right. Cancel that number, please. All right. I see a lot of you don't understand. I'm in a studio, a flat screen here, and I got to type in the number. So, and for all of you out there, let's see here. Let's see,
6-3-3-6. Ask them to make a Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah. If they can make a, there you go. Let's ask them if they can make a Hawaiian pizza. Why not? Let's see. I'll do that. I'll ask them that. I'll do that. All right. Let's see here. 81. 8133. Let's see here. All right. Let's try it.
you random dialing? Used to do this in middle school. We call random numbers and go and then hang up.
All right, here we go. Hang on.
Muted.
Norfield.
Yes, how you doing? Is Frank available? Is he there, or a manager, please?
He is not available right now. No, I'm sorry.
Is Trino available?
Right now, no. They're actually busy making pizza dough in the back. I'm sorry.
Well, I need a supervisor, please. I have a complaint to make.
Okay, what was the complaint, sir?
No, I need a supervisor. Are you a supervisor, sir?
I'm not, no, but I guess I can pass messages along to them.
Okay, well, I need a supervisor. Is there a supervisor there,
give me
please?
1 second.
Sounds like Amazon. We'll see if they got a supervisor on the phone. If not, I'll call them up to 3 times, like the law allows me to.
Hello?
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 Who am I speaking to?
Yes.
Hello, who am I speaking to, please?
I'm Grace. How can I help you?
Oh, Grace, how you doing?
Doing good.
I'm calling in because I heard that I have information that actually there are some employees there that work there that are working under the table, not paying taxes. Is that true?
That's not true.
That's not true. So your manager there, Trino, is actually not. He actually isn't working under the table.
No, he is working legally.
He is. Okay, that's good to know because I'm calling out live on a radio show right now, and so I was just wondering. I have the reports and information from employees that work there that he's being paid under the table and not paying taxes.
That is not true.
Okay, well, that's okay. Well, I did contact the IRS and IRS Fraud Division, and hopefully that is not true. But I'm glad you clarified that for me. Thank you. I'm
very
actually
welcome.
broadcasting. Well, I broadcast from the Triad in North Carolina, and I thank you for that information. I'm glad you're clarifying that for me.
You're very welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you. All right. Well, actually, it is true. Actually, folks, I just wanted to let you know that I did receive confidential information that they do have employees that are working under the table, being paid cash, and Luigi's Pizza Restaurant. And I cannot reveal my sources under the law. Under the law, people have told me that I don't have to, that they have informed me that Luigi's Pizza in Summerfield, North Carolina, is actually harboring illegal aliens and paying them cash under the table, so that therefore they don't have to pay taxes. But Grace just said her name was Grace, and she said that's not true, so we need to take her for her word. But we will report this to the proper authorities to investigate, because that's what we do on blogtalkradio.com/Joseph Gibson. That's what we do. And if it's not true, then of course, by all means, God bless Grace and God bless Luigi's Pizza. But according to my sources, they are paying employees under the table, illegal immigrants who are not citizens of the United States, and they claim to be a family restaurant in Summerfield, North Carolina.
Somebody ought to burn that place down.
Folks, If it's untrue, that's fine. I get that. Listen, I got another caller here, 952. I want to connect them.
Burn it.
If it's not true, hey, look, I will be the first one on this radio program to apologize. But through my sources and my confidential, and I don't have to reveal my sources, folks. I've been told by employees and sources that Luigi's Pizzeria, Restaurant, and Bar harbors in Summerfield, North Carolina, illegal aliens and pays them cash under the table to avoid paying taxes. And look, hey, look, I don't agree with paying taxes. Look, I'm all for that. You know what? But at the same time, when they're arresting you and me, and they're attacking you and me because we're citizens of the United States Corporation, you know what? Why should they get away with it? But Grace from Luigi's Pizza said that's not true. So we need to take her at her word that her name was Grace. She said her name was Grace.
Grace.
So hopefully,
Grace.
you know, and that's what I do, folks, on Blog Talk Radio. We'll call anybody. We'll call them all.
Great.
We'll put them all on the spot. Look, I called the Chicago Police Department. I'll call the New York City Police Department. I've done it. I call the Connecticut Department of Corrections. I don't give a crap. I'll call anybody. Because you know what? This Blog Talk Radio, understanding the times in which we live in today, I'm not afraid. And you shouldn't be either. Because we, the people, are in control. We, the people, demand answers. Okay? But anyway, 952. Go ahead, 952. If you want to speak here, go ahead. 952. Unmuted. I think you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yep. Go ahead, sir. You're unmuted. Go ahead. All right. Well, if you're going to use this time to act stupid, that's fine. But, you know, I don't think you should. I think you should use it for something very important.
Calling Grace.
Joseph.
Tax cheat.
Can you hear me now?
Look, my friend.
I hear him.
952.
Joe, can you hear me?
I heard him.
Joseph.
Okay. All right. Let's mute that number. Let's mute 952. All right. Hey, folks.
I heard him.
Yeah, I heard him too. You want me to unmute him one more time and see if he has something to contribute to the program? Because
I feel like you cut him off.
Yeah, I did because I was hearing background noise. But you know, we can reconnect him if you want. I'll reconnect him. Go ahead. 952. Go ahead. You got something you want to contribute to the radio program?
Joseph, I've been trying to get on. I've been trying to talk to you, but I didn't know I was unmuted. I apologize.
Well, you're unmuted. Go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but when you said that I was unmuted, I was still really muted. So I was talking and nobody was listening to me. So I think you confused yourself and myself, Joseph. But I'm sorry. I apologize.
I was listening.
Okay, so somebody heard me. It was just Joseph. Must be something wrong with the phone lines there, huh? But anyway, the point that I wanted to get across is you have a great show, buddy. I mean, I really like it. It's you hit the nail on the head with calling these politicians. I mean, I do the same thing. I tell them that I'm for gun control, but I'm really not. And then I record the messages too. I record my phone calls, and then I do the same thing, and I sit around and talk with my friends on how about the Second Amendment and how we support it. And I call different politicians too in California. I do the same thing as you, Joe.
Amen.
Is that a good thing, Joe?
Well, I'm glad you support what I did here tonight. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. And I did. I called them live, and you can go back and you can research the numbers, and I'll give out the numbers that I called if you don't believe me.
I got the numbers. I call the same people too. I only call Kamala Harris.
All right. So you called 310-231-4499. and 415-981-9369, and then 916-448-2787. And then I called
and
Luigi's.
She's got a lot more too. No, I never called
Well,
Luigi's.
anyway, I
said
called
politicians.
Luigi's Pizzeria and restaurant.
Joseph.
But
Joseph,
I wanted to address
Joseph.
the illegal alien situation there with Luigi's.
Joseph.
And I've contacted ICE, by the way. And so if they're listening here, Luigi's, I just want to let you know, ICE will be in contact with you. Because I don't think my confidential informants who contacted me were lying. So go ahead, sir.
Joseph, I didn't call Luigi's. I said I called the politicians that you called, sir. I never called Luigi's. I'm from Minnesota, so I don't even know where Luigi's is at. You know? Well,
Luigi's is in Summerfield on Highway 150. Call them and ask them. Say, hey, Joe Gibson just called you.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I did? I called immigration on a shop that didn't hire any illegals, but I just called ICE and I told them they had illegals working on a couple restaurants, and ICE went there, and it was pretty funny because they went and raided the place, but there was no illegals.
Good job.
I agree, but I want to say hello to the people in the chat room real quick, sir. God's Rainbow Ministry. I did tune into his show. It's a great show, by the way. I wish he'd call in and give a shout out to his show. Flycatch, of course.
That's Pastor
Flycatch.
Ken. He's a good guy. He's my friend. That's Pastor Ken.
Yeah, Flycatch. I want to say hello to Flycatch and Tony Fuhrer and Bitbanker was in the chat room. I don't know where the hell he went.
That's his husband.
And several guests.
Two good people.
So
he's a gay pastor, but he's a good pastor. He's a good pastor.
Well, that's good. That's great. That's great. But
you should have him on your show. But
I would like
just
to have
wanted to say that
God Rainbow's ministry on my radio program. Dr. Peter Ventura who's a pastor in California, would love, which I did call live on this radio program.
I heard that. That was a good call. That was a good call, Joey. That was a very good call. I like that. I called Ventura. I'm going to make him my friend on the Facebook. That was a good call, Joey. That was a great call.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
If you give me his number, I'm going to call him too. That was a great call.
Well, I don't want to give out his number without his permission, but his name is, he gave out his church, and you can go back in the archive and you can contact him through his church. I don't want to give out his personal cell phone number. That would be wrong for me to do.
That would be funny though. Like when I called that restaurant the illegals, and right now that you call Luigi's, that was funny. I liked it. That you didn't think that would be funny. It
was funny, wasn't it? You know, and some woman answered, "I'm Grace. I'm the owner."
Damn.
You know,
and
Luigi's does ban Trump supporters from their restaurant. And I understand if you don't agree with Trump or whatnot, but you know, in North Carolina where I live, guess what? A business has a right to reserve service to anybody they want. So guess what?
Can I tell you a
joke?
If
you're a black person, imagine if you're a black person. Imagine if you're an African American and they said, we don't serve African Americans. Oh, boy, that would be all over the corporate media, wouldn't it? That would be, they'd be marching. There'd be 3,000 protesters out there, wouldn't there? You know,
Joey,
I mean,
can I tell you a joke?
And that's what I'm trying to say, and that's why I called them live on my radio program. But that was very interesting. That you know, and I did call them I can't call them anymore, sir. I can't call them anymore because I did call them 3 times, and under law, I'm allowed to call them up to 3 times. So, but it was a great program here tonight. It was a great program. And I want to give everyone some closing thoughts here tonight, as I always do. MandelaCon didn't tune in tonight. I don't know where MandelaCon is. I don't know where the hell he went. But I know he hates the red, white, and blue and hates the Constitution. And wants to talk about the People's Revolution. But if he was listening earlier, we made contact with Kamala Harris's office, and she believes, and her office actually openly stated that they are pro-gun control, and therefore, pro-gun control, and they did state some policy to me, and go back in the archive and listen to that. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you own an AK-47 or AR-15, Kamala Harris is coming to get it. And if she's elected president or VP, guess what, folks? You're going to give up your guns just like New Zealand just did, because of that one little shooter, that one little bad shooter, that big bad man that that went and killed all those innocent people. You got to give up. You need to give up your rights. You need to sacrifice your liberty and security for that one big bad man in New Zealand. And I'm going to tell you right now, anyone listening from New Zealand, shame on you. If you're a citizen of New Zealand, shame on you for allowing that prime minister
can I say something?
to dictate to you that you need to give up your guns and surrender them or go to jail. Shame on you. Shame on you. New Zealand, if you're listening New Zealand tonight, shame on you.
Joe. Hey.
Joey, can you hear us?
I can hear you just fine. I want to give everyone some closing thoughts here. We got some time left here, so go ahead, 962. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple minutes here to give some closing thoughts, and then I'm going to 317, of course, who's been on since the beginning of the program. And if Mandelicon wants to come on and give some closing thoughts, he can, and I will connect him. Maybe he's having trouble getting through. I don't know. I've got about 75 callers on the line here tonight, but we really opened up the phone lines here tonight, didn't we? We called everybody.
Yeah, we called some brick and mortar.
Go ahead, 952. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, the places I called were brick and mortar. But anyway, I have a joke for you with my closing comments. How many Hispanics does it take to clean a toilet? Now, this is funny. It's not a bad or dirty joke. It's just funny. How many Hispanics does it take to clean a toilet?
I don't know. Go ahead, tell me.
None. That's a nigger's job.
All right. I gave you some time here tonight. All right. That's your closing thoughts. If that's your closing thoughts, that's fine. But that was funny, though, in a way. Hey, we could all joke around, right? We could all joke around and have fun.
Miserable.
I mean, come on. All right. Go ahead, 317. All right. It's 317. There's Mandelicon. On my phone line here. But 317's first. Go ahead, 317. Go ahead.
I yield the balance of my time to Mandelicon.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. Okay. Let's give Mandelicon some time here to talk.
Thanks for letting me be your co-host today. Appreciate
well, you're very much welcome, and we did call Kamala Harris's office tonight 3 times, and we got 3 different answers. So that was very interesting. Go back in the archive and listen to it. And we called Luigi's Pizza in Summerfield, North Carolina, and we talked to Grace, the owner.
Amazing Grace.
But anyway, all right, Mandelicon, go ahead, Mandelicon. The floor is yours, sir.
Hey, I really appreciate coming into your little Klan rally at the closing stages here, because I put a word called nigger, M-I-G-G-A. It's just funny to laugh at the word nigger, or some of you blacks might say the word nigger. All of you, black and white, are M-I-G-G-A-S. And that's a person that does not want freedom, justice, and total independence. And then, Joe, let me get clarity, because there is no third party, ventriloquist, interpreter, negotiations, and there'll be no silly-ass questions because of the format here. I am here to destroy, root, and pluck up. Not the red, white, and blue alone. The Confederate flag as well, so you excluded your symbol. And Tyrone Thompson, your symbol is included as well. Now, I'm not going to try to put it up, and I'm not looking for popularity. This is a necessity that this monster here, the ego, has to be destroyed, whether you like it or not. And that's my assignment. And I know I'm going to be successful. I don't give a goddamn about your atomic bombs, your AR-15s, or whatever the fuck you got that you think you're going to protect yourself with. I don't give a damn about your Constitution because it excluded the people who were already here. And even today, in there, I don't want to hear nothing about no 14th, 15th Amendment. I don't need no amendment for my birthright, right?
Your show
So you
is
take
scheduled
that
to start
Constitution,
in 9
take that Bible,
minutes,
Torah, and
46
Quran, and shove it
seconds.
up your
Welcome to
ass.
Blog
You
Talk
understand
Radio.
me? That's
Please
what I
hold
got to
and
say.
you'll be able to listen to the show.
Thanks, Mandela Khan. Thank you, Mandela
How
Khan.
you like that, Joe? How you like that,
Oh,
Joe?
thank you. All right, Mandela Khan, I know you got some background noise there.
No, I don't have no background noise. That's some of your interference running by the Klan
All right,
brothers.
hang on.
That's the Klan brothers. That's not
All
me.
right, yeah.
That's the Klan.
No.
Okay.
Don't say the Klan brothers, Mandela Khan.
Don't tell me what the fuck to say. When I done heard black women be called bitches over here, get on the stripper pole, and then a motherfucker gonna talk about niggas to clean up. Fuck you and your Klan brothers too. You understand me?
Mandela Khan, I gave you the floor here tonight, uninterrupted.
So don't try to steal my tongue when you got some reckless Lone Rangers over there, just like you call that guy that went over in a building, this Lone Ranger that went over there and did all this killing. He's not alone. It's a bunch of you motherfuckers. It's a bunch of you killing machines. It's a bunch of you state-sponsored terrorists coming from white power. And then all of a sudden, here's a good guy going bad. And if little Raheem or Jose did the shit, you know, printed his whole history. Well, first he smoked marijuana at 6, then he tried to lose heroin at 7.
Hey, Mandela Khan, can I ask you a question on the topic of the show? How do you feel about the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution? Do you think we should have the right to bear arms?
Listen, I don't know who we is, but I'm telling you, if I can't build no aircraft carrier, and if I can't build no stealth bomber, if I can't have no 50 caliber machine guns, I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you because you got a selective amnesia. You understand me? So it's all right for Brennan, Remington, Browning, Luger, Smith & Wesson, and Colt to build something. But if I say, well, Mandela Khan going to build him something, y'all got all kinds of rules, regulations, and restrictions and rights and telling me, well, Mandela Khan, nigga, you can't build no weapons. Huh? That's what y'all saying all over the world. But in Africa, it's a new ball game today, baby. So I don't care nothing about your Constitution because you excluded me, my people, and even white women. White women was excluded in that Constitution. So don't give me no faulty piece of shit and tell me this is the best country in the world. This is the best document in the world. God and the Bible and guns is the only thing that matters now.
Mandela Khan, hang on. There's airplanes that leave this country every day. Why not go back to Ethiopia?
Okay, well, carry your ass back to Europe and build your wall up there in Frankfurt and Berlin. Carry your ass back to Europe and build your wall in Frankfurt, Berlin, and build it so goddamn high that you don't get out no more. That's all you got to do.
Mandela Khan, all I'm asking you, Mandela Khan,
you
is
can't ask me
airplanes that
nothing. You can't give me
leave
no
this country
America
every
loving and
day.
leaving
Why not just
syndrome.
go back to Ethiopia? You know?
Listen, you can't give me no policy, America loving and
you
leaving.
may crash in a 737 nowadays.
I tell you what, you can't give me that old time policy, America loving and leaving. If anybody got to leave here, it's the illegal alien European invader immigrants. I like them words that y'all put together. Well, aliens. Who the hell are y'all to tell somebody who's an alien? Who the hell are y'all to tell somebody who's an immigrant? Who the hell are y'all to tell somebody who's illegal? Who the hell are y'all? That's what you got to put in your head. Who the hell are y'all?
So what do we do? So what's the solution, Mandela Khan? What do we do? All the white people got to leave America? What's left? What do you do?
No.
Tell me.
I
What's
didn't
the
say
answer?
that. Now, let me tell you what it is. Grandmama used to have a remedy for everyone, no matter what color. She said, baby, you can come over and have fun and do what you want to do, but when you get ready to leave, put everything back where the hell it belongs. You know goddamn well your mother country ain't the United States of America. Don't tell me that, and don't you dare try to make it like it is. So you done fucked it up. You came over here and you took and stole, you lied, you killed, and you poisoned, you biological welfare.
No, Mandela Khan. Who took and stole? I didn't steal anything.
Listen,
anything.
We're not going to get cute with language, right?
Yeah.
I didn't let you do it either. But it's done, right? but it's all turned upside down, the whole world. And the eagle says, I'm omniscient, I'm the president, I'm the potent, I got the power of life and death, I'm God, I got the atomic bomb, I'll bomb your ass into submission. Okay? Now, since you done that, and now that was 50 years ago, look at the signs of the times in which we live. The eagle is so terrible that even the eagle on the corner squawks and squeals as we speak, as I live. The eagle on the corner is squawking and squealing, trying to figure out what the fuck did we do. Damn, we didn't know we was going to do this. But here's the deal.
Well, Mandela-Khan, like I said, but hang on, Mandela-Khan, you said the Ethiopian Empire. I mean, there are planes that, well, except for 737s because they're crashing right now. Hey, I'm sure you heard about the Ethiopian crash there, where and they're recalling all the 737s. So I don't suggest you get on a 737, but there are airplanes that can leave your city and town every day. Why not go back to Ethiopia and hey, I'm all for you, brother. Spread the Ethiopian Empire.
Okay, well, listen. It's impossible for you to be my brother. This is West Africa, Ethiopia, whether you like it or not. Okay? It's impossible for you to be my brother genetically, but you can be my brother in the struggle. That's the difference. There's a difference now. Notice I didn't exclude you. Now, West Africa is the United States of America, North, South, and Central America. That's Ethiopia. If you don't believe me, you go Google it. I know. I dare you to Google it. Look up LEAP right now. LEAP.
Well, Google is controlled by the European. Hang on. Google is controlled by the European invader.
I don't
Google
give a damn.
is owned by a white man.
I know what the truth is.
So you can't believe what he says.
I got LEAP on my side. Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. You know who they are? Ex-veterans, ex-demonistas, snipers.
Yeah, but you said just go Google it. Hang on.
No.
You said
Don't take one word. Don't take one word because you put a whole bunch of bullshit out there.
No, I'm saying what you said. You said go Google it.
I know. You're not saying what I'm saying.
That's controlled and owned by a white man.
You're not saying what I'm saying. Because if you listen to me, you'll go Google LEAP right now. Any of your clan brothers, I dare you. I got my wing of the Pan-African Intelligence Network covers from Maine to Florida, Washington State to California, the UK, University of Kentucky, from the Congo to the Bongo.
And the Washington and California don't exist because the European invaders made it exist. So the Ethiopian Empire doesn't recognize California and Washington. So what's going on here?
No, that's not. No. You're not going to step in my affairs and try to scramble it up to make it sound like you telling me what I'm telling you. You're not saying what I'm saying. I'm telling you is West Africa, Ethiopia, and I dare you and all your clan brothers to look up Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. That's a wing of the mighty Pan-African Intelligence Network. You don't.
But where do we look it up at, Mandela? So where do we look it up at? Google, that's owned by a clan brother. I mean, that's going to give us false information. Where do we look it up at?
You can try to distort and distract all you want. LEAP is Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. When you look it up, that's a wing of the mighty Pan-African Intelligence Network, right? There's judges, there's attorneys, there's ex-prison guards, and a whole bunch of others.
Attorney, you know what attorney means, don't you? Attorney means that you swear an oath to the bar, and a bar is to the Queen of England.
Listen, I said X, did not. You didn't hear me say the word X because you're busy trying to scramble up the message. But that's okay. You do it real good. But I'm going to give you crystal clear clarity anyway. The fact of the matter is that the Titanic is sinking. And the Titanic must be destroyed. Those who want to go down with this shit, that's okay. It's going to be a beautiful world when this shit is over. I don't care if you shoot every atomic bomb you got. When the smoke clears, me and Oxida Beta are going to be here to repopulate the earth all over again if it's that minimal. Amount of people. You understand me? So don't act like you're going to kill me and mine all over the world because we like roaches, rats, flies, maggots, mosquitoes. You can spray all the shit you want. You can't destroy us.
So what do we do to fix this? So what's the answer, Mandela-Khan? What do we do? The Ethiopian Empire? So the Ethiopian Empire conquers America and kicks out the European invader?
Conquer your ass. There you go with that old boogeyman bullshit. There you go with that boogeyman bullshit. There's no more armies left.
No, I asked you what the answer is.
No nations left to conquer. So all this shit about somebody going to come kill these others, It's not going to go down that way. You understand me? That's why I said live in one love, and only the mothers, grandmothers, and the great-grandmothers can call the shots, not Mandela.
Oh, God, my grandmother. If my grandmother was in charge, we'd all be in trouble. She don't know where the hell she's at.
Okay. Well, now you're going to put some comments. That's okay. That's okay. You can laugh and have fun at the expense of the people, but laugh a little bit, cry a lot. That's what you're going to get. Laugh a little bit and cry a lot. That's what you're going to get. So.
Yeah, but you're not giving me a solution, though. But hang on,
you're not going to accept it no matter what I give you. So who gives a damn?
No, Mandela-Khan, come on now. I'm asking you for the solution. You're saying Ethiopia should rule the world? That means
your
Russia,
Bible
China,
you say
Japan,
you love the Bible. Here's why I know you're
America.
a liar. In your book that you say you love, go to Revelation and see what it says about the total recall of Ethiopia. That will once again.
My book doesn't say anything about the total recall of Ethiopia. It tells me about the end times.
Never mind. I rest the case. I'm done. Ain't no use to talking to you because you got selective amnesia. You're going to pick out what you want. It's like in your book, you probably read the part where it say, well, slavery is good as long as we can keep them under our foot.
No. My book doesn't say slavery is good. No. Where does my book say slavery is good, Mandela-Khan? Now you're making accusations. Come on now.
No, I'm not making accusations. I'm putting practices that you're using right now to make sure that, suppose I told you this, and I done told you many times, you keep talking about the Bible. I keep talking about the Torah and the Quran. I keep talking about Hebrew Israelites, Moors, and Muslims. But you want to lock the world in to your little Ponzi scheme or monopoly of God and Christ and the guns. That's your shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing whatsoever. And there's no way.
Yeah, well, Mandela-Khan, but your Mother Earth has no answers. Where is Mother Earth foretold? How does Mother Earth save the world? My God says he's going to save the world in the end. He's going to save those who believed in him. My Jesus Christ says he's going to save those who believed in him. Where's Mother Earth? Where's Mother Earth in this? I don't hear about Mother Earth.
Your same Bible made Santa Claus, Uncle Sam, Casper the Friendly Ghost, Superman, and
Batman.
No,
my Bible doesn't talk about Santa Claus or Uncle Sam.
I'm telling you.
No.
That you got the books of the dead. There's not a book written on how we got free. I'm the author of that story. Those who want to ride with the matriarch. Your books are books of the dead. Close the books of the dead. You endorse rape. You endorse pedophilia. You endorse Adam and Steve and Mary and Eve when the book says Adam and Eve. But none of y'all, your cardinals, your bishops, your monsignors, your pastors, your bastards, couldn't authorize this. This didn't come from those dope dealers on the corner. This came from the highest so-called religious body in this country.
So how was man created? How was man and woman created according to Mother Earth, Mandela-Khan? How was man and woman created? Does Mother Earth have a book?
First of all, you got that wrong when you said man and woman. Do you know, and of course you ain't going to accept it, you ain't going to accept that white men and black men came from 666, the original carbon DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid of the essence of the universe. That's the original contract. All white men and black men was created by women. I don't give a damn if you like it or not.
So women, so God is a woman then. That's what you're saying?
No, I didn't say that.
Woman created man.
I didn't say that. I said
that's what you just said. That
that's a damn lie. This is why I don't like you religious. This is why I despise you religious liars, because y'all gonna have to let that music. I never said no woman is no God. I never said no woman is God. She is the goddess.
Because my book tells me from the beginning to the end who created man and how man ends up. So you're talking about Mother Earth.
I don't give a damn about that.
Mother Earth, how did Mother Earth create man and woman? Is there any? Because Mother Earth is so powerful and created everything. Surely Mother Earth would provide us as men, you and I, and the women in our world with some sort of testimony or prophecy that how we were created and how we end up and where we go when we die. Does Mother Earth provide that for us?
It's all untold. Even the Roman Catholic Church.
It's all untold? Oh, boy, I don't want to trust her then. Wow, she won't tell me how I die and where I go? My God says where I go and how I die. So you're telling me Mother Earth is untold?
I'm telling you that Mother Universe created everything on Earth first. Mother
yeah, but
Universe
where is that written? Where does she provide us with that information?
I'm not going to do your homework for you. If you're going to have blockage and put your wall up in your own mind, that's on you. I don't give a damn about you because this is about the people. This ain't got nothing to do with what you believe, your book.
Oh, no.
Mandela
Khan, you just contradicted yourself. You said you don't care about me, but it's all about the people. Well, then who the hell am I? I'm a nobody? I'm nobody? I don't matter to you?
No.
That's what you just said, Mandela Khan. You said it's not about me, it's about the people.
That's a goddamn lie.
Who are the people, Mandela Khan?
Let me tell you who the people are. The people are 80% workers and poor peasants. That's the people I'm targeting, not you middle class niggas, M-I-G-G-A-S. All you niggas, you here to uphold the eagle. The workers and poor peasants are being
What
hammered.
about the 3 billion people in China? They're not part of the eagle. Do they matter? Well, how do they come into play with Mother Earth?
They come into play
by
watching
the eagle.
Okay, but all you got to do is look at the atrocities, the genocide, the cruel and unusual punishment and war crimes coming from the eagle. That only nation that flies all over the planet.
No. We're talking about China.
Yeah. The only nation that flies all over the goddamn planet.
Mandela Khan, you're not giving me any answers, brother.
I can't give you no answers you're going to accept. You're not going to accept it. You can't accept it because you locked in your genocide.
No, Mandela Khan. I'm asking you questions about Mother Earth, and you're not giving me any answers, my friend.
You're not going to accept that because you are a Christian.
Mandela Khan, my book you're criticizing and saying that's untrue, you're not disproving. All you're doing is rambling on with, and riddling on.
Ain't no fucking Adam and Eve, and you know it. Eve did not come out Adam's rib, which is a goddamn lie, so I throw the whole book in the trash.
So how was man and woman created? How was man and woman created according to Mother Earth? How?
This
no
is
answer. No. I don't want to hear about the eagle.
Yes, it is.
Because man wasn't created from the eagle. I want to
This
hear
is about knocking my
man
head
and
against
woman being created
let
by
me say this
Mother
to you
Earth.
about what you don't want to hear. 99% of what come out your mouth. No, listen, let me tell you this, because I need you to say this, because I know you and your little rascals, this is what you always say. Well, how come you talk so? No, I say this. 99.9% of the time when y'all open your mouth, do you know I don't want to hear a goddamn thing y'all got to say, but I listen. Because that way I know what to say once I get in where I fit in. So when you come out, well, I don't want to hear about Mother Africa. I don't want to hear about slavery. I don't want to hear.
I never said that. I told you I want to hear about Mother Earth. I want to hear about Mother Earth. I want to learn. How did Mother Earth create man and woman? Is there anything that Mother Earth can... I mean, where do I go when I die, for instance? Do I go back to Mother Earth? What do I do? Because my book tells me I go up to my Lord who created me in the image of his own kind. So, what does Mother Earth say about that?
I'm going to tell you where you're going. You're going to the black holes. And in the black holes, that's where you're going to be for forever, for eternity. You're going to be there for eternity. Nobody dies, and you're either going to accept what you did on Earth, and that's going to be your reward. And when the time comes, you're going to go to the black holes, and you're going to realize that you should have your little two-piece bathing suit on and get your sunscreen on because it's going to be very, very hot where the fuck you going. Right? So,
it sounds like you're talking about hell. It sounds like you're talking about hell in my book, Mandela Khan.
I'm talking about your own belief. I read your book, too. I read the Quran. I read the Torah. And I know what y'all look at for the life after the hereafter. Y'all are hereafter what you can get right now. That's your reward. After that, you got something coming. You do got something coming. But once you realize what it is, you're going to say, damn, you know something? I should listen to that nigga.
Oh boy! It's kind of like that movie, The Nigger in the Doorway, right? You ever watch that movie? I like that movie actually. That's pretty good.
I know you do. I know you do. Anything with the word nigga, I know you watch.
I love that movie, man. I love it.
I know you did. I know you did, but that's all right. But I done changed the word around and redefined it to the word nigga. And white people and black people.
You want to know why I love it? Because he took on the government. He took on the criminal government. And you know what I mean? I love that movie. I do. I love that movie, The Nigger in the Doorway. I love that movie, man. I do.
We said it
Look it up,
time,
folks.
and you're only going to reinforce your Klanism. But the bottom line is all of you whites and blacks in this country are niggers.
I'm not no Klansman, Mandelicon. Mandelicon, you know I'm not a Klansman. Come on now.
No. I get along better with the Klansmen than I do with the Black Panthers. No. I'm not going to switch up. I'd rather work with the Klansmen because that way you want some land for yourself and you and your people so nobody mess with you. You deserve it. But
I called the loyal knights or the white knights of the Ku Klux Klan on my show.
You're not talking about what I'm talking about.
What did you think about that?
You're not talking about what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, I don't care about that. I want some land myself where there's not a thing an illegal alien European invader can say or do against me and mine. So I'm with the Klan. Y'all do deserve some land on your own. You deserve a place where you can raise your little white baby girl.
Oh, yeah. Mandelicon.
Okay?
Mandelicon.
You deserve that. You deserve that. But you have no jurisdiction to be interfering with my affairs.
Hang on. Mandelicon, hang on. You absolutely put it to a Klansman's ass on my radio program. You really did. That was like 2 shows ago. You really did. I got to admit that. You really did, and you brought more knowledge, Mandelicon. And that's what I'm saying, Mandelicon. If you bring your knowledge to the program, you could really take it to somebody. You really could, because you really shut him up. But hang on. I got BitBanker. I got BitBanker on the phone right now, and then we'll wrap up the show here. I got 506 too. 506. But BitBanker, go ahead real quick. We started out the program by attacking the corporation in Kamala Harris's office. Now we're in the Ku Klux Klan era again. But go ahead, BitBanker. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't have anything to say this evening. I just want to tell you, your uncle passed away today, Mike.
What?
Michael died today.
What do you mean Michael passed away today?
Well, that's all the information I have, but I thought I'd let you know.
Oh, my. All right. That's the first that I've heard of that. For the people that don't know, what do you mean he passed away? How did he pass away? I mean, was he in the hospital?
Call Melody when you get off the show.
All right.
You can call his
those
phone
of
number.
you out there that have listened to this program for a long time, Mike was a supporter of this program, and he's my uncle actually. So I didn't know this actually. So I'll if you can Facebook me Melody's phone number somehow, or if I can't believe my Uncle Mike has passed away. So
I'll do what I can.
I can't believe Mike has passed away. That's very, he was a supporter of this program. I sent him a text message to let him know I was doing a show tonight. So hopefully his wife is doing well. All right, we're going to end the program here on that note. Mike is no longer with us. He was the dairy farmer that used to call into this radio program for many years, and very sad news. So hopefully Melody's doing okay. So I'll end the program. See you later, everybody. Good night. Hopefully you take care.